Hello, good evening. It is Lindsay Durlow, and I am going to share with you today how to use the three probably foundational oils of all time. I'm going to show you how to use lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and they come in this cute little box right here. Now, maybe some of you have used essential oils before, or I should say you have essential oils in your house, but maybe it's been a while since you've actually opened the bottle. Or maybe you have your one oil that you love and the others you don't know how to use, so you just don't use them. All right, my job, I am taking it upon myself to teach everyone how to actually open the bottle and use these oils. And I'm going to start with these three. All right, so for the beginners, I'm going to just give you a little bit about what essential oils are. Essential oils come from plants, all right? They come from all different parts of the plants, and they are taken from the plants by either cold pressing them or by steam distilling them. Now, there are a few different ways to use essential oils. They can be used aromatically, what you smell, topically, putting them on your body, and internally, putting them in your body. So aromatically, super duper easy to use oil. Let me show you how to actually do it. Open the bottle and smell. I just used essential oil aromatically. It's just smelling the bottle. That's using them aromatically. Now, you could also maybe use a diffuser. I have a diffuser going back here. Oh, there, it's changing colors for you. What a diffuser does is a diffuser is going to disperse that oil into the air with a little bit of water. This one is a water diffuser, so it's going to put a little bit of moisture with that water, and it's going to go for an extended period of time. So some diffusers can go 1 hour, some go all the way to 24 hours. So it's totally whatever your diffuser does for you and your preference on what the setting is. So you can diffuse oils by using a diffuser. You could also use diffuser jewelry. So like I have, this is just a regular leather strap bracelet. I happen to put oil on there because it's a natural substance. It's going to hold that scent, and I'm going to be able to smell it when I need it. So diffuser jewelry is a really good way. Otherwise, use what you have. If you don't have a diffuser and you don't have jewelry, totally fine. Do you have a pillowcase that you sleep with? All right, because you're using a pillowcase on there. You could put a drop of oil in your hand and then rub that on your pillow, or even just put a drop in the corner, and you're going to be able to get the benefit of that oil as you sleep. So many different ways to diffuse oil. Now, when you're using that aromatically, you are going to be getting the benefit of the mood. All right. So if you want to lift the mood, you're going to put uplifting oils into the air. If you want to kill stuff, you're going to put oils that are going to kill germs and gunk and viruses and bacteria in the air. That is possible. If you didn't know, it is possible. So, and it's also going to help with your respiratory and breathing just system. So that's using them aromatically. Just open the bottle, okay? Now topically, you can use them topically very easily. I always recommend to dilute, whether you're using a carrier oil like coconut oil, like the kind you cook with. You can totally use that. Maybe it's fractionated coconut oil, or maybe jojoba, or an unscented lotion. Just be very careful what kind of lotion that you're using. You don't want to use anything with too many chemicals in there. So, or any for that matter. So topically, where do you put oil? Well, where does it hurt? So if you're using oil for physical reasons, where does it hurt? That's where you put it. Like if I'm having shoulder issues, maybe I'm going to put it on my shoulder. If I'm having belly issues, I'm going to put it around my belly button. That's where you put it. Okay. Use some common sense. And then, just as proactivity, how do I use these oils? I don't know where to put them, or why I should even be using them. So the 3 oils I'm going to talk about today, I'll get to those, but as a rule, the bottoms of the feet, around the belly button, up the spine, and at the base of the neck, those are really good places to put oils. Physically, really great areas because they're going to hit different meridians in your body. Now on the emotional level, if you're hurting, okay, put it on your heart. Great places for emotional oils would be your wrist, maybe your elbow creases behind your ears, wherever you're going to smell it, because you're going to want that emotion to be activated with your olfactory senses. And that oil will start working for you. All right, so that's aromatically, just breathing it. Topically, putting it on your body, diluting for sensitive skin, more mature skin, baby skin. Just, it makes sense to dilute. Sometimes, like the 3 oils I'm talking about today, you can absolutely put them on without a carrier oil, and that's called neat. So if you see a little N next to that bottle, you're going to know that N means neat. You don't actually have to dilute, but I always recommend it. All right, internally, can I take these internally? What? If you feel comfortable, then yes, you absolutely can. And if you feel comfortable, then you just check the bottle, and the bottle will tell you with that food supplemental fact label on it that yes, you can. You can take this internally, and normally it will say that you can put in 4 ounces of liquid or fluid or water, whatever you choose. Now, I would say that 8 to 12 ounces of water would be a good start, because these are powerful oils, and I don't want you to like shock your system, because it is going to be a shock to your system. This is a very, very natural, potent oil that you're putting in your body, and it's going to cause a lot of good, but you have to be careful. So when you are drinking them, you want to use like a stainless steel bottle or glass, because some of these oils, like citrus oils, will break down petrochemicals inside, or actually break down the receptacle that you have it in, first of all. So you don't want to be drinking out of a plastic cup and then put lemon in there. Bad idea, because it's going to start breaking down that plastic, and then you're going to drink it. You don't want to do that. So metal or glass. And I'll get more about that lemon thing in a little bit. Another way that you can take them internally is by these little gel caps. All right. So let's say you don't like a taste of some of these oils. I don't either. So you'd put them in here and then swallow it with your water. Just make sure you drink a lot of water. Some people feel just totally comfortable putting it under their tongue. Absolutely, absolutely fine. Just remember that your body is your body. Your human suit might like certain oils that my human suit does not. And that's totally fine. That's why, we were all created differently. All right. So other than that, that's the 3 ways to use it: aromatically, topically, and internally. All right, there's your foundation. Now we're going to get to the fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to talk about lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And I'm showing you this box because inside this box, this is the introductory kit. And it has a little how-to in there. But there they are: lemon, lavender, and peppermint. These are 5 milliliter bottles. And I love this little kit because it's the foundation of how you can use these oils. I recommend starting a little bit broader, but for today I can only educate you on 3 because that's what we're really going to hit hard on. Okay. And I'm not going to do this by myself, because when you start using oils, you shouldn't be doing it by yourself either. If you start with a membership in doTERRA, you're going to be getting a very basic book that is going to tell you what that oil is, what you can use it for, and you can start there. Now, when I started about 6 years ago, I did most of my education myself, and it was through a book much like this. All right, this is the updated version of the Modern Essentials. And This book taught me so much about what essential oils are, what they can do for you, and what they, if you allow them to work, you will never be the same. So I'm going to be actually teaching you out of this book today so that you can see how easy it is to do this by yourself. Now, you always have somebody that you can ask, of course, but this is how you can use oils at 3 a.m. when I'm not going to answer the phone. So this is the first page I'm going to talk about, and it is about lavender. There are hundreds of things that you can use lavender for. I'm not going to tell you about the hundreds of things. I'm just going to mention a few that are in this book, and then I'm going to tell you a few of the ways that you should start using lavender for, and then we're going to move on because I'm not going to overload you, but I do want you to be aware that those very simple things can be done very easily. All right, so here's some of the top things that lavender is good for. All right, we've got allergies, anxiety, burns, depression, diaper rash, fever, lots of different things for hair. So hair loss, dry hair, fragile hair. We have inflammation, insomnia. Let's see, lavender is good for rashes, rheumatoid arthritis, sedative, sleep, stress, thrush, wounds, and wrinkles. Okay, so there's quite a variety of things that you can do with lavender. They talked a lot about stress and sleep, and that's how you use lavender, okay? Use lavender for that relaxation part. How do I do it? Smell the bottle. Literally, just take the bottle out, open the bottle. That's what this is all about, opening that bottle and smelling it. You're going to have a response to it. I'll be honest, this is not the scent of lavender that I was expecting when I first smelled lavender, because my experience with lavender was with the baby lotions and baby soaps that you would buy on the shelf at the drugstore or at Walmart or Target. And it was the lavender that I would smell from bath products. This lavender is the real lavender, all right? doTERRA essential oils are 100% pure, the purest you're going to find in the world today. This lavender was not grown next to a highway so that, you know, exhaust and insecticides and pesticides and herbicides, all the sides would get into that little blossom, and that blossom would then be steam distilled down, and there is a footprint on that, and that will go into the bottle. It's not what you want. You want the pure, absolutely beautiful oil that can only be, I mean, we source, doTERRA sources from Bulgaria. Beautiful, beautiful fields that are untouched by any other area. And that's where our lavender comes from. So when you're smelling that lavender, this is real lavender. This is the lavender that you want. And this can be taken internally, it can be used topically, and you can use it aromatically. So let's say, how do we use it other than just smelling it? You can put it on your wrists, absolutely. My daughter likes to wear a diffuser necklace, and lavender is her go-to. Lavender is, let's see, so for skin, there was a lot of things that I mentioned about rashes, about wrinkles, all right? You can add lavender to your face cream, or if you just want to use coconut oil and just put that on as your moisturizer at night. Really good for wrinkles. If you have a cut or a scrape or a rash of any sort, a bug bite even, put it on, all right? Use a little lavender, and you will be very, very surprised the first time that you look at it after an hour or two and you're like, what just happened? Okay, it's amazing for scars also. So if you have an existing scar that's older, you can still use lavender on that, and it will help to regenerate some health to that area so that new skin can start coming in. All right, so skin is awesome. One of the things that my husband uses, one of the most, is lavender in the barn, because our horses are always getting cuts and scrapes. So yes, this is very safe for your four-legged friends too. When our dog had puppies, lavender was on her coat immediately as she was in the birthing process to just kind of relax and calm her. Kind of an unknown thing that lavender is, or not unknown, but not a super popular way that lavender can be used, is for your respiratory. If you're having like congestion or cough, just rubbing some lavender on your chest or like under your nose or just along your eyes and nose is a really good, really good one. Now, I did mention allergies. Lavender is one of nature's most powerful antihistamines. So how do you use that as an antihistamine? You're going to drink it, okay? Or you can put it in one of the gel caps. It might not be the tastiest, but you can add a little honey to it and make it fun. And that's a really good way to stop with the sneezing and the itchiness and the redness in the eyes. All right. I'm going to go back a little bit to the rest and the relaxation and the calmness. It's when I think of nighttime and I think of sleep. Lavender can also be used like in your hair for scalp. And, then you go to bed and it's just a very relaxing, nice experience. But you could also put lavender in like a salt bath. I like to use a combination of Epsom salt and baking soda because those two combined help make the oil just really, oh my gosh, I just lost the word. Just absorb better, there's the word, into your skin and give you that relaxation. So lavender, really good, really important, and one of those baseline oils that are they're just really good for kids, good for animals, good for adults. It's good for your skin, it's good for your emotions, great for sleep and your respiratory and allergy stuff. So lavender, if you haven't learned one thing about lavender, smell the bottle, open the bottle and use it. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to lemon. Now lemon also has kind of a laundry list of items that you can use it for. So yeah, all of that in green. I'm not gonna read all of them, but I'm teaching you right now that this is how you learn how to use oil. All right, so lemon is good for air pollution, anxiety, brain injury, constipation, depression. Depression was for lavender also, right? Okay. Digestion, furniture polish, hangovers, MRSA, overeating, throat infection, it's uplifting, and varicose veins. All right, let's talk a little bit about lemon. Now, my favorite way to use lemon is in my water because it is such a good purifier, okay? It's going to, when you take it in, you're consuming it, it's going to get into your organ and it's going to help flush out the stuff you don't want in there, all right? It's going to give you a really good, just gentle cleanse. Now, it cleanses our body. It's also really good for cleansing our surroundings, okay? It's antiviral, antibacterial, anti, all the things. So you put in a spray bottle and with some water, and you're going to be able to clean your bathroom, your kitchen, your whatever, very easily. Okay, lemon is very uplifting. So putting it in your diffuser or putting it just near you, just literally opening up the bottle and smelling it is going to give you a little shot of adrenaline because it's that uplifting. Let's see some of okay, so let's also talk about how it helps with digestion. So I mentioned it's a good cleanser, but with digestion, all right, some people have a slow digestive tract. Some people's are a little bit quicker. Lemon is going to help move things through. So I'm talking about the people that don't digest very quickly. Lemon is going to be a really good one for you to just help kind of push things through in a gentle manner. Let's see. I mentioned cleaning the furniture polish. You can add that with some olive oil and maybe a little vinegar and just polish with a rag, and the wood just pops very, very, very good. I'll be honest, most of the things I use lemon for are going to be internally because I love the way it tastes. I love the way I feel when I take it, and I use it in my diffuser because in the diffuser, it just makes the air smell amazing, and I know what it's doing. It's cleaning at the same time. Do I use it topically? Sometimes I might have it in a blend or something, but when I do use lemon, I have to be very careful because it is photosensitive, which means that it can interact with the sun and cause a burn. Now, the same thing would happen if you were to squeeze a lemon on your skin and then go out in the sun. It would do the same thing. It's a chemical reaction. That's what it does. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to peppermint. Peppermint also has a little laundry list of things that you can do and address with peppermint. All right, here are a few. Asthma, Bell's palsy, constipation, diarrhea. There's the spectrum again, huh? Headaches, heat stroke, hot flashes, irritable bowel syndrome, memory, muscle fatigue, nausea, sciatica, throat infection, and vomiting. Peppermint. All right, let's talk about peppermint. Peppermint, if you have this right now, I want you to open that bottle. I want you to smell it, and I want you to put a drop in your hand. Now, when you're using these oils, there's a reducer at the top. Now, some people want to like shake, shake, shake. Oh, see, that's what happens when you shake. It goes everywhere. Just gently tip the bottle until a drop comes out. Rub it in your hand and smell. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And then rub it on the back of your neck. I'm not kidding. It mentioned hot flashes. It mentioned heat stroke. It mentioned fatigue. It mentioned headaches. All of those things can be addressed by just doing this. Opening the bottle. And boy, does it open your airways. All right, so peppermint is one of my go-tos for my diffuser because it is just going to open up your eyes, literally. It's one of those, I'm going to wake up when I use peppermint oil. It's very good for focus. So if you're studying or if you know someone, one of your children or siblings is in school and needs a little bit of focus, a little bit of peppermint and a little bit of lemon together are going to be just the thing for them. How do I use peppermint? I use it every day in my diffuser. In the summertime, my husband uses this every day in his water because he's outside in the heat. This has a very nice cooling effect. So it's like cooling from the inside out. Now, if you did put that peppermint on the back of your neck, it's probably tingling right now. It's a fantastic sensation, whether you're out in the heat or not. It's like a little tingle going down my back, even though I just put it on my neck. So hot flashes were mentioned. If you're out in the heat, use the peppermint. A nice little trick is to put a couple drops of peppermint in a spray bottle with water and just use it as like a cooler. You can put it all over. Just don't get it in your eyes. Ouch. It's not going to hurt you, but it doesn't feel very good when it gets into your eyes. Kind of a rule of thumb with essential oils also, don't put them in your eyes, in your nose, or in your ears. The skin there is just way too sensitive for you to be doing that. All right, so peppermint. I like to cook with my peppermint as well. Peppermint brownies, Yes, so good. About 3 drops in, like, if you're using a box brownie, 3 to 4 drops is really good in there. I like to put them in our protein balls, like the energy, like the oatmeal, chocolate, peppermint. It goes really, really well together. Um, Nice for massages, really good for like a foot soak. And peppermint is just one of those wow awake oils that you can use for many, many, many different things. Now, I said you could use it for hundreds of ways, right? I can't tell you hundreds of ways right now because it's too overwhelming. But I'm hoping that you remember that if you want to wake up, you can put peppermint behind your neck, okay? Just smell that peppermint and you will be awakened. When you're driving and you're getting tired and sleepy, get out the peppermint. Got some bad breath? Halitosis was mentioned. I don't know if it was in there. I just didn't mention it. Just put a drop in your mouth and, like, you know, kind of swish it around with saliva and bad breath be gone. There you have it. Okay, so I told you a little bit about lemon and lavender and peppermint and how they come in this cute little container. And this cute little container also has how to use it. Now, it's not going to be 100 different ways. It's just going to be like the top 10 ways or the top 8 ways that you can use lemon, lavender, and peppermint on, you know, throughout your day. I have decided to put together a little, I wouldn't say, you know, it's kind of a challenge. It's kind of a challenge, but it's also teaching people that you can use these in little subtle ways throughout your day. So starting tomorrow and for 2 weeks, I'm going to be putting up one way that you can use lavender or peppermint or lemon that day. All right, so it's opening your bottle. Open the bottle, OTB. This is gonna be a thing, all right? It's gonna be open the bottle time. This kit, if you would like one of these kits, let me know and I will get this sent out to you. It's $25. I will send it to you. Or we can meet up. If you have lemon, lavender, and peppermint, chime in so that you can share your experience with how you've used that as well. Now, there are so many other oils that I could share and will be sharing about. And there's a way that you can get them 25% off. That's, you know, it just makes sense to get 25% off of anything. So there's retail and there's wholesale. Wholesale is the 25% off. If you don't have that 25% off thing, you might consider it because it is well worth it, even if you're just going to use a little bit of lemon and lavender and peppermint. Either way, I hope you learned a little bit of something about these 3 oils. You're not going to find better oil. You're not going to. And if you keep watching some of these videos, you're going to learn a lot of different ways to use these lemon, lavender, and peppermints over the next few days. I hope you have a wonderful evening and I'll see you later.